Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the best number 11B2OFF. This is a frangible shackle is what this is. This is used obviously in their platform of padlocks. It's called the F3 Frangible Shackle. We're going to talk about some basic dimensional properties, and then we're going to talk about where this is used. The diameter of the shackle is 0.249, so quarter inch is what I'm sure they're thinking. The clearance in the width, 0.863 wide. The clearance of the height, I'm not sure because I don't know where the body rests inside of here. But if I was going to guess, I would say it's going to be somewhere about 1.25 inches shackle height. But we'll kind of judge that when we get to looking at it, about 1.25 inches. So this is an item that we need to discuss where you're going to use that. Let's talk about it right now. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So where are you going to use this? First, the term frangible. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's brittle. It also means easily breakable or replaceable. Or I should say readily or easily broken, really. And that's where it comes into play in terms of hardware. You have frangible padlocks, meaning that the staple portion of the padlock, or pardon me, the shackle portion of the padlock is indeed easily broken or easily, destroyed. They're meant to be that way. Applications would be where you have, quite frankly, the most common application I bump into is a fire extinguisher cabinet where there is not a cam lock or just a pull handle, but a padlock that's a bit more durable and obvious, but can be easily broken because it's a frangible shackle on the padlock, so that you could, I wouldn't say you could do it with your hand, I don't believe that, but with a simple tool, you'd be able to break the shackle, allowing access. So it's security in the sense that locks keep honest people honest, and unless you're vandalizing the material, frangible shackle or no, you'll still be vandalizing it. But to people that possess the special knowledge of how to open or bypass the padlock, that's where frangible shackles come in. And it's evidenced by this treatment that's here. That is meant to be easily broken. Now, let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at the supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Here's the item that we are looking at. Let's take a look at some photographs that we have. There's the padlock itself, or pardon me, the shackle itself. That's the frangible portion, shown up close. Just a couple other views of the shackle. Now the supporting documentation. Down below, there's not too much to say here. F3 Frangible Shackle. Let's take our part number and let's copy it. Then let's click on the manufacturer's link here. And once that page loads, which will take a second. Now when that page loads, we're going to be able to just quickly view all of the best products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website. But that's not why we're here. We're here for the service manual. If we do a find function on our keyboard for the word service, we'll find all of the instances where it comes up. So let's take a look at the best access service manual. And we've copied our part number, so we can do another find function on our keyboard for the part number. Well, that doesn't come up. Let's look for 11B and see what we come up with there. 11B padlock, okay. 11B exploded diagram. So let's continue to cycle through these matches. Here we go. All right, so that's what our 11B padlock looks like. Now, why is it an 11B? Well, the part number is 11B, so this is clearly a subcomponent of the 11B padlock. And here's our exploded diagram. So part number 1 is indeed our shackle. A very simple mechanism. I've taken these apart. They work very well. They're easy. If you're going to service this material, you do need a tool for part number 8. And that part 8 is the locking cam assembly, and that tool is listed here somewhere. Yeah, here it is, part 3, locking cam disassembly tool. There's a spring involved, and without the tool, it can be a challenge to get that to move. That's to be sure. Miscellaneous parts. Part number 1, shackle. So they do make a frangible shackle kit. But if we get back up to our 11B padlock, part 1, stainless steel shackle for 3/4 opening. Now, they get down to in part 1, frangible shackle for 1.5" opening. So that's clearly what we're dealing with here. I guessed at 1.25". So that part number is C2650. Quite frankly, I do not know off the top of my head where they get this 11B2OFF part number from. And just searching through the document, okay, I don't know where they're coming up with that part number from. 11B2. We'll see if we can discover where that part comes. But the point is, in the service manual, you're going to be able to pull up these different series. So if you have an 11B padlock, here are the components that are available to you. You scroll to the next page. There indeed is the parts drawing. And obviously, once we're on this page, you're going to be able to review all of the other replacement parts. Since we're in the service manual, you can obviously scroll through and look at all of the other component parts for the different padlocks from Best, their different series. Throw members. Not uncommon to purchase these. The reason you'd purchase different throw members for padlocks is because the padlock you have will be non-key retaining, meaning you can remove the key when the padlock is either locked or unlocked. However, that might not serve the application best, and you want to be able to be sure to remove the key only when the padlock has been relocked. Key retained throw member is what you would order in that case. Instructions on how to service the material is in this area as well, showing how the disassembly tool is used. I have gone through this when I'm servicing the material. It takes a little getting used to in the sense of how to work the disassembly tool, but the bottom line, as you can see from the exploded drawing, there's just not a lot of parts here. That tool only works with removing and inserting your locking cam assembly. Now, still a mystery, this 11B2OFF. What sometimes it boils down to is looking at the price list. Let's first look at the full product catalog, which is here. And we'll do a find function on our keyboard for 11B2OFF. And that doesn't give us anything either. Okay, it does because I'm searching for the wrong term. It's 0FF. I can see that clearly now. And this document is also linked to down below. So it's an 11B20FF. We're going to need to correct that character in our part number. However, the issue we have is that it's clearly a 0 in the cut sheet, but in the price list that we've pulled up, it's clearly an O. So, hard to say which it is. We'll leave it at O, since the price list, in my opinion, generally supersedes other published data. So, yeah, so it should be 2.0 in my opinion, because it's a reference to the size of the padlock, the shackle height. So the shackle height we have is 1.5". So it'd be a 2.0. So that's what that's going to be. It'd be an 11B20FF, and there's your frangible shackle only, shown here as well in the cut sheet. Let's see if we can just find the padlock itself, which we can. We can pull up in the full-line catalog and a link tube down below, the product brochure, where you can scroll through and view all of the padlocks that they have available. So our 11B means it's a brass body. They do make aluminum as well. 7. And then your brass shackle, 20, because that's what we have here, a 20. And then whatever other parts of the part number you need to further detail your padlock requirements. So the product brochure will allow you to just simply look at all of the padlock information as well from the manufacturer. Then back to our F3 option frangible shackle kit. Okay. Now on the manufacturer's page is where we're going to keep all of the encyclopedic documents, not just the service manual, but we have, of course, the best core and key service manual. I have a catalog on their E-Series mortise and rim cylinders, since it's very common to just sell best mortise housings alone, cores by others. A2 and A4 system training manual is here as well. If you are curious to learn how to pin small format interchangeable core, this would be a bit esoteric, albeit required document to learn how to go about doing that stuff. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. In conclusion, not an uncommon item to sell, that's for sure. It would be typical to have to buy replacement shackles when you have frangible padlocks, because that means they're being used the way in which they were engineered. You're breaking the padlocks to gain access to something, but then you need to put it all back together, hence purchasing frangible shackles alone. If you have any questions on the best 11B2OFF inch-and-a-half frangible shackle or any other best product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.